Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to cover a very important SQL interview question which looks very complex, but once you understand the problem then you can easily answer this. So let's start. So here is the problem. So we have this table, okay? It is having serial number and number column, okay? So serial number is nothing but it represents the row number, okay? And inside the number column we have some values, okay? So the what we need to do in this table, from this table we need to find out the repeating numbers which are repeating twice, okay, and also in between the repeating numbers there should be one number which should be different from the repeating numbers, okay. So this problem has three steps actually, okay. So the first condition is that the number should be appearing twice, okay. So if you look at this data, okay, so if you look at this number 10, okay, at the row number 1, it is repeating at row number 1 and then it is repeating at row number 3, okay. So and then after it is not repeating, okay. So basically it is satisfying the first condition that it is appearing twice, okay. But if you see the second condition, that it should be separated by one row, okay. So you can clearly see, right, it is present at row number 1 and row number 3, and in between it has row number 2, okay, which is separated by one row, okay. So it also satisfies this condition, okay. But now if you see the third condition, the value in the middle row must be different, okay. So here obviously you can see 20 is different from 10. So it means this 10 will qualify for our output, okay. So this 10 should come in our output, okay. But if you see for 30, right, 30 was also repeating at row number 4 and 6, okay. But in between the number is same, okay, it was not different, okay. So that's why it will not qualify in our output, okay. So I hope you understood the question, right, that we want to fetch the repeating number from this table with two conditions. The first condition is that it should have one row in between them, and also the number should be different from the repeating number, okay. So that's the question, okay. So I hope you understood it, okay. So now to solve this problem we have many ways, okay, but in today's video I will try to solve it using the self join, okay. So what I will do, I will create two replicas of this. I will explain you why I am doing so, okay. I will call the first table as A and second table as B and third table as C, okay. So if you see the question, right, our first target should be to fetch the repeating number, okay. And repeating number here, how can we fetch? Since we want the difference of one row, so what I will do, I will take the current row from this first table, okay, current row, okay, and I will take the two rows ahead from this. Why we are saying so? Because let's say if I am at row number 1, okay, let me just highlight this. Then I don't want to compare it with next row, right, I want to compare it with my next two rows, okay, because I don't want to focus on this middle row, right, I want to focus the two rows ahead, right. So here I will try to compare this one row first row with the third row, right. So my first target will be to fetch the rows which are from the first table I will fetch the current row, and from the second table I will fetch the rows two row ahead data, okay. So basically I will fetch this one from my first table and third from my second table, okay. Similarly I will try to fetch second from my first table and fourth from my second table. So like this it will go, okay. So what I will try to do, let me just go to database, okay, and try, let me do the first self join, okay. So let's go to the database, okay. So I already have this create table statement, insert table statement, okay. I will put this into my YouTube video description so that you can practice the same, okay. So I already have this table created. Now what I will do, I will call it as table A to the first table, okay, and then I will do self join, okay, on the same table, okay. I will call it as B, okay, and the condition will be on A dot serial number, okay, equal to B dot serial number minus 2. I hope you are getting this right why I am doing so. As I explained you that I will take the first row from the first table. Okay, let's say I'm taking the serial number 1, then I will take the serial number next two rows, right? So it will be 3, right? So that's why it will become 3 minus 2, it will become 1, then only it will join, right? So that's why I am using this condition. Okay, serial number minus 2. Okay, so let me just execute this and see are we getting what we are trying to get or not. Okay, so as you can clearly see, I'm able to fetch the current row from the first table and their respective two rows ahead row. Okay, for first row, what is the two next two rows? It will be third, right? For second row, what will be the next two row? It will be fourth. For third, it will be fifth, and fourth it will be sixth. Okay, so we have only I think six row. That's why we are able to fetch data till sixth row. Okay, so I hope you are able to get it right. Why we did so? Because in our condition, it is clearly saying that we don't want to focus on the second row, right? Middle row we will focus at the end, but right now to fetch the repeating numbers will be present only at the current row and the next two rows, right? So that's why we try to did the here what we try to did here. Okay, so now we are able to fetch the current row and the next two rows. Now what I will do, I should see whether it has repeating number or not. So how can I see? I will say number of this should be equal to number of this. So here 10 is equal to 10, so it will qualify. Here 20 is not equal to 30, so it will not qualify. This 10 not equal to 30, it will not qualify. This 30 is equal to 30, so it will qualify. Okay, so let me just put it. Okay, I will say and a dot number equals to b dot number. Okay, so now let me execute this and see are we getting it or not. Okay, so you can clearly see I'm getting first and third row and fourth and sixth row. Okay, so you can clearly see, right, first and third row because the numbers are matching, right? It is repeating. Similarly, I'm getting fourth row and sixth row. Okay, because numbers are repeating. Okay, so now you see one thing, in between first row and third row we have a middle row which is having different number. Okay, but in fourth row and sixth row we have this fifth row which is having the same number. Okay, so basically this 30 should not come in my output. Okay, so how can I eliminate this? So to eliminate this, what I will do, I will use this third table. Okay, so basically I will do one more self join. Okay, and from this I will try to fetch the middle row. Okay, so basically what I will do, I will take the first row from here. Okay, and I will try to join it with the this first table that we had. Okay, so basically I will try to fetch the middle row from here. Okay, so now let's go to the database and do one more self join here. Okay, I will say join table, I will call it a C table. Okay, I will join it on C dot serial number equals to A dot serial number plus 1. So why we are doing plus 1 here? Because now we want to focus on the middle row, right? So that's why we are doing plus 1 here. So now let me execute this and see are we getting the middle row or not. Okay, so you can clearly see, right, I'm able to fetch the middle row, right? For 1 and 3, what is the middle row number? It is 2. For 4 and 6, what is the middle row number? It is 5. Okay, so I'm able to fetch it, right? Now it is very simple for me, right? How can I eliminate this 30? I can simply say where a dot number is not equal to b dot number, right? So I will just simply say where a dot number not equal to c dot number. Okay, so it will basically exclude the rows where which has the same values. Okay, so now you can clearly say I am just getting the only one row, right? 1 3 and 2. Okay, so now I can simply fetch the number from here. What I will say, select distinct a dot number. Okay, let me just execute this and see are we getting the output correct output or not. Okay, so you can clearly see, right, that's what was our requirement, right? We wanted to fetch this 10. Okay, 10 value, right? So we are able to fetch it. Okay, so there is one more way of solving this problem using the window function. Okay, so let me know in the comments like how can you solve this using window function also. Okay, or if you want to make me video on that also, then let me know in the comments. Okay, so I hope I was able to explain this question to you. Okay, if you like the video, then please subscribe to my channel and like the video and comment it. Okay, we will meet in the next video with some interesting SQL question interview question. Okay, till then, goodbye and thank you.